We know what we're doing. If you're a leader in the local church, a guru in leadership said this once: if people are not following you, then you are just merely taking a walk. If you don't have followers, then you are just taking a walk. Churches need to be both faithful and fruitful. Okay, some of the indicators of a healthy church includes this: an outward mission focus. We have so many churches today that are so focused inward. We have lost our sense of mission. I've been visiting a few of our churches since the beginning of this year, and I'm happy. I'm happy that we are still holding on to Sabbath school. See, Sabbath school is mission. That's the whole purpose of Sabbath school. Unfortunately, the devil is hitting the church so bad now that Sabbath school is diminishing. So although it's there, you only find a few people in Sabbath school. But you see, this is what I'm saying. If we lose Sabbath school, we will lose our uniqueness. Sabbath school, I mean, all the stories that I know, the basic stories of the Bible, I learned from Sabbath school. And sometimes I didn't need to read the stories from the Bible. My Sabbath school teachers told me the stories. I just read it when I was old enough to read. But I knew the stories. Today, you ask some of our young people about some of these stories, they don't know. Why? Because we have lost our sense of mission in our own Sabbath school. You go into many churches and you don't see children's Sabbath school anymore. But I'm so glad that we are still holding on to it. Because when we lose that essence of our identity, will just become another congregation down the road. We will still worship Him, but it's just another church. We are unique. We are the remnant. We are supposed to be people of the book, and Sabbath is where we learn. Okay, so not only our mission, but has a strong vision. Now, there are two questions that you need to ask if you are trying to establish a mission statement and a vision statement. If you're trying to establish a mission statement, the question is this: why are we here? Why do we exist? Why do we exist as a church in this community? Why? When you find the answer to that question, that's your mission statement. Your vision statement is the next question. Okay, so now we know why we're here. Where are we going? Your vision statement is your goal. Now, where are we going now? So we're doing these things because we have been called to be. But where are we going? You gotta have a strong vision. A growing, healthy church is empower its leaders. How many churches, they every little thing they bring it to the board. They bring to the board whether we should change the light bulb. And they argue over the light bulb for 2 hours, and that's the board meeting for today. The board meeting's purpose is to look at evangelism. That's the whole focus of board meetings. Not to choose the color of the carpet, or whether we should have 10 chairs or 5 chairs. You know why? Because there is distrust in our system that we are not empowering our leaders. Empower the leaders. Just give the leaders their budget. Here's your budget. You do whatever you want. And by things, we are empowering you. We know that God has called you. You have a mind. You have the wisdom of God. You do that. But there's accountability. You bring all the receipts and bring a report. You see, we need to inspire. When we have a healthy church, inspire worship and preaching. I still see churches today with their worship hour of just 3 hymns and a sermon. There's nothing wrong with it. But is that worship? We come in, okay, we welcome everybody, let's stand and sing our first hymn. And after the first hymn, there is offering. After the offering, then the second hymn, and then the preaching, and then the last hymn, and the prayer, and that's worship. Now, come on. This is the 21st century, man. We need to be relevant. We need to be able to tell people that, hey, worshiping God is a joy, and it is something that we need to do to ensure that the whole congregation is involved. That everybody would like to come to worship. That you cannot wait for Sabbath to come to worship. You know, in the island growing up, I couldn't wait for the Sabbath to come. I said, I want to go to worship. Well, you know, lots of reasons, meeting friends and getting away from the chores. But still, I don't love going to worship. Some of the indicators of healthy church include controlled relevance. You see, that's what I'm saying. We got to step up the way that we do things. So that, let me tell you this. The church is called to do worship for people out there, not for us. No. Don't go to your church and, this pastor said that we should. No. What I'm saying is, our calling is to ensure that we have the worship here for people out there. That when they walk into our worship service, they're enjoying. They say, so this is what's about. Now, indicators of a healthy church: prayerful, spiritual, loving relationships, not backbiting relationships. There are so many churches, you come in the morning, they shake your hand at the door. Welcome to church. You know, you walk in, not even a few meters, and they turn around. Did you see this? And then after your sermon, you know, you preach your sermon, and they come and shake your hands at the door, and they go, "Thank you, Pastor, that was a lovely sermon." You know, they walk to their cars and they go, "That was a long sermon." Permission giving and accountability structures. See, that's what I'm saying. We need to empower leaders. We need to give them permission to grow. But at the same time, we got to hold them accountable. We're not giving them the opportunity to do whatever they want. We are empowering them, but make sure that we have accountability, multiplication of ministries. Now there are some churches with a lot of people, but they do very little. They do very little because they enjoy it. A lot of people hiding beside other people. Yeah. Okay. So not only that they need to be healthy, but they need to grow. How do they grow? Grow in attendance, grow in giving, grow in serving, grow in baptism, grow in fellowship and community, grow in leadership, spiritual growth, and witnessing. So they need to grow. They need to grow. Not only healthy, but grow. Healthy as caring Christians community. The body operates in harmony. We've been talking about these things all this afternoon. United to fulfill the gospel commission. You know, they have those people in the church there. They want to do their own thing. So we have the church plan, and then there are other people who do their own thing. Vibrant and passionate, transformational. I went to, I think I won't say this because some of you might know the churches, but There are churches that they have senior elders that's been there for 10 years. Or more than 10 years. You see, church needs to be transformational. One of the things that I love to see is to see church, handing over the leadership to a young generation. Making sure that, but not just giving them the responsibilities, we need to train them. We need to support them. We need to walk with them. Don't just throw them in the deep end and you swim or die. No. We're talking about transformation. We're talking about embracing changes. There's a lot of the mentality of our people sometimes. This is how we have done things for the last 30 years. And one of my the old men in my village used to say, when something is off, you don't eat it. And sometimes the way that we've done things for the last 30 years has been off for a long time. And that's why the church is sick. And you can easily see sick churches. Because they've been eating things that's been off. They need fresh. Okay, tell me, where is your church in the church cycle? The church has a cycle just like humans. You're born, and then you're dead. Okay? So you're born. This is the birth of the church. It has a strong vision. You see, a strong vision. That's the vision. That's when we planted the church. Because we had a vision. Let me use our Liverpool Samoan church. We had a vision back in 2013 when we ran the last empire. And then we said, okay, after the last empire, we will plant a church in Liverpool. Liverpool was an area that the conference recognized that there was no presence of a Seventh-day Adventist church. So we said, after the campaign, we will plant the church. 2014, we planted the Liverpool Samoan church. That church is still there. It's growing. It's now an organized church. I guess what I'm saying is, what they need to be careful of is when they get to that part there and they start to mature and start to decline and go down to the place where they're dead.